Hi, hello, and welcome to JAKTECH YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to explain you how to write an effective resume, especially for freshers, engineering graduates, or you may be a arts college student or whatever it may be. So, what are the things we supposed to mention in your resume, and what are the things we should not mention in your resume that we will see in this video. Come, let's get into the video. So first thing, what is resume? Yeah, resume is a document that highlights your career goals, education, skills, and achievement areas. And this is the one document, as here mentioned, it is consist of all those things, not only your academic thing, not only your curricular activities, and also co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities and your achievements and skills, etc. That this document which consists of all those things, that is called resume. And if you apply the resume, apply your resume to any organization or company, the HR or the top recruiter, the top management recruiter will have only 6 to 7 seconds to see your resume. So within that time, your resume have to give the good impression about you. So your resume is very very important one for your career and to get into any kind of a job. So this is called resume. And types of resume, so we have ultimately four types of resume. And first one is chronological resume and functional resume, combination resume, and targeted resume. So first thing, chronological resume, that is focus on your work history. So if you have 1 year experience or 2 year experience, 3 year experience, you will be having some specific work experience in any organization. So that kind of a persons, if you are a working experienced person, you can go for this kind of a resume. And next thing is functional resume. So functional resume is explicitly it is for freshers. So freshers do not have any working experience, so they have to focus on their skill rather than a work history. So this is functional resume is exclusively for the freshers. And combination resume. So the combination resume, by the name itself, it gives the meaning that it mixes the elements of chronological resume and functional resume. And finally, the targeted resume. So targeted resume is nothing but specifically addresses the needs of a company. This is the four types of a resume. And the next thing, here I listed some types of resume, that templates, some model, sample resume model I have mentioned in the slide. You can just go through it. You just zoom the video and you can see the detailed thing in this each kind of each resume, right? And the next thing, what before writing your resume, first, what is the first major thing? First and foremost thing is that blueprint of a resume. So, what is a blueprint? So, you might have heard this word blueprint whenever you can see when the building is built by an architecture or civil engineer, before building the building or any home or anything, they will be having some blueprint. Blueprint is nothing but of some plan, pre-plan about how to build the building. So what size of the room we have to build, and what where we can keep the staircase, and where we can keep the hall and kitchen, bedroom, like that. So this is some pre-plan about the building. So according to same like blueprint of resume is nothing but of it's a pre-plan and organize the resume content. First thing, you have to clear cut your content. What are the content you are going to mention in your resume, so that you have to write it in some paper or in your notebook. So for fresher, you must focus on your skill and achievement. As I told you, fresher do not have any work experience. And fresher resume, no need to add work history. Instead, you can fill it project detail on intern training, internship, like that. So blueprint helps what can be added and what can be omitted. So this is the very important thing. So once you write the contents, what are the things we are going to write in your resume? Finally, when you see the paper, that the written paper, you can get an idea that what are the things we can add and what are the things we can omit. So that's the purpose of going for this blueprint before going to write your actual resume. And the headline. So the headline is nothing but a very, very important thing. So headline which gives the good impression to the recruiter. So so that must be a very impressive one, and that must be a very powerful one. A good 2 to 3 liner summary about your goal is nothing but of your headline. So below that your name and your photo, you will be going to write your there's a headline, that is a career objective or objective like that. That is called a headline. So it must be 2 to 3 line, and also the 2 to 3 line must be more powerful one and must be impressive one, so that the recruiter will have a good impression on you. And add relevant keywords from the job description to capture the recruiter's attention. So if, for example, if you are attending for an embedded engineer job to the you are applying for embedded engineer job to the company, so you have to specify that embedded engineer keyword anywhere in your headline, so that the recruiter can easily identify that you are the apt person to our to their organization. So you have to add the relevant keywords, and most recruiters do not have the time to read your entire resume, so an impressive headline can get your noticed faster. So as I said already, like you, many candidates will apply for the job to the organization. So the recruiter obviously do not have a time to read all those pages in your resume. So if your headline is more impressive and more powerful, that is enough to impress your recruiter. So the headline is very much important thing in your resume. And next, here, you just look at this slide. Here, one example I have given. So Clara is a candidate. She's applying for an job like a data analytics job. So she mentioned as in a headline, an engineer seeking challenges in data analytics to help companies with data-driven decisions, interested in solving real problems using cutting edge technology. So she's applying for a data analytics job to a company. So she mentioned that data analytics, the word in his headline. So this gives the good impression, and this will create the good impression to the recruiter to give the more attention to this candidate. So likewise, your headline must be must contain the relevant keyword to the job, what kind of a job you are applying for. So this is the perfect example for the headline. And next, coming to the next one, that's a contact information. So usually we know contact information should consist of your name, address, email ID, phone number, this and all we already know. In addition to that, you have to add the professional profiles like LinkedIn and GitHub for better credibility. And you can mention Skype ID if you have the interviews on online. And the photo must be professional one, and it must be on the topmost corner of your resume. And photo, what do you mean by professional photo means? See, we usually post the selfie photos in Insta and FB and all, right? That kind of photos and all should not be included in your resume. Your resume should contains the professional photo only. Okay. Then next, to the contact information, education details. So education details should be in a reverse chronological order. That is, a time starts with most recent event. That means if you completed your engineering degree by 2022 means, so you have to mention BE, ECE 2020, and before that you supposed to complete that is your 12th, say, so 12th in 2020 and 10th 2018, like that you have to mention the education details in the reverse chronological order. And if you have any other educational additional education details, you can add to this point. And coming to the next, highlight your skills. So as a fresher, I told you already, fresher do not have any work experience. They have to exhibit their skill in their resume as far as their individual candidate is concerned, right? So most important area of your resume is your skill, especially for fresher. Mention skill set relevant to the job role you are applying for, and you have to mention hard skill and as well as soft skill. So hard skill is about your technical skill. that revolve around your job profile. And soft skill is nothing but of social or people skill, example, communication, problem solving, adaptability, and leadership, etc. So two column format must be mentioned for your skill when you are mentioning the skill. Like the two column format is that just you just look at the left side of the slide. I have given one example here. The skill is Python or machine learning, data visualization, Tableau, and uh, SQL, right? So these skill, and this is the left side, and right side for each skill, how much level the actual candidate is proficient in this particular skill. It has been mentioned. So likewise in your resume also, the skill must be in a two column format. So left side must be your skill, and right side you have to mention how what level you are in this. You are on a beginner or intermediate or advanced level. Like you can mention it in a star rating or 1, 2, 3, or square boxes or shading, like that. Any kind of a way you have to mention. So this is the thing. And when you're coming for the next one, highlight your project. So as a fresher, yes, you do not have any work experience, you have to mention, you have to exhibit your project details very clearly in your resume. So freshers should convince the recruiter so that you have to add project details and internship experience, if any, and highlight hands-on cases of how you have applied your skill and capabilities to find solution in the industry. And mention your project title first, following that duration and few vital points about the project. You should not write the project details in detail like paragraph wise. Only 2 to 3 lines you must write about your project. So that is advisable. So it must be content must be short and crisp, and mention relevant project details pertaining to the job role. For example, if you have done 10 projects, and among 10 projects, only 2 projects is relevant to the job role you are applying for, means you just mention the 2 projects alone, so that it will be more convenient for the recruiter to give the attention on you. And internship is the plus point to the resume. Okay, as a fresher, you do not have any work experience or work history, so the internship, in-plant training, and all the plus points to your resume. And coming to the next thing, that's a highlight extracurricular activities. So extracurricular activities, in the sense, it's the most important for the fresher, as they do not have any work experience. You can give, if you are social activist, and you are a blood donor, and if you are excellent in the sports activity, and like that, means you have mentioned in this area, right? And achievements. So achievement, that does not mean that if you have only the work, the experience and candidate should mention. It is even you are even the fresher, you can mention the your achievements. You may you might have won some prizes, awards in your school times or college times. But and all you can mention over here in the achievement column. And the scholarship details is very very important, because the scholarship detail, it indirectly connects that you are excel in the academic, because the scholarship and all will be provided if you are good in academics. So it will be applicable for, it will enrich your academic section, and also your achievement section. And certification. So certification, if you completed any certification that is relevant to the job role, means you can mention it as a first in a first order, and then it will showcase your specific expertise and issued by the authorized organization. And the certification is the evidence of your skill. So you can mention, I know this, I know that, like that. But what is the evidence for your skill? So that is a certification is your evidence for your skill by the some authorized organization. See, in the certification only, resume filter will be takes place. The certification often used as a resume filter to narrow the pool of candidates. So if you are 100 number of people are applying for a single job, how the company will filter out means, they will see your certification. If the certification is matches to their job profile, they will filter out. So if it is fits for their job role, you will be selected to the next round. So this is the one of the main thing. Certification is plays a vital role in your resume. So according to the job role or a job description to the company, you specify your certifications and the interest area of interest like that. So for example, if you are applying for a marketing level of job, and if you are mentioning that my interest is traveling, so the traveling rightly fits to the marketing job. So what recruiter will think that, so his interest is traveling, and our need is marketing job, so he will be fitting to our for our organization. Like that, they will create it will create some mindset to the recruiter. So the interest also, when you are specifying the interest in your resume, that also you just ensure that it is fitting to the job role. Okay, and also it must be very short, and it should be in the bottom of your resume. And coming to the next. Be honest, don't give any false information, because once you are recruited into the company, they will they will give some they will check your background education verification, you are in your institution and the previous company and all, right? So all those things which are mentioned in your resume must be in a true to your knowledge, right? It should not contain any false information. And proofread your resume. So once you write your resume, you check you check yourself first. Then you give to your colleagues or your friends and your family members that you to check your resume, because even if you are creating, you cannot find out your mistake. So once you are giving your resume to many people, they will find out the error and they will give some suggestions, so that you can improve, you can fine tune your resume. So, and also when you are sharing to the resume to the company, it must be in a PDF version. Okay, it should not be a Word or any other format. And also make sure that your resume is well formatted. That means same font type and the same font style must be all must be in a uniform thing in your throughout your resume. So for freshers, keep the resume within 2 pages and not more than that. And here some useful websites are there. Here resume worded website. Here once you click the resume worded website, and it will ask your resume. Once you upload your resume in this site, it will calculate your resume quality, and it will give the mark for your resume. Out of 100, how much mark you have attained your resume have got. Like that, you can see in this resumeworded.com website by means of very uh, different parameter, it will check out. And also another one website, that's an Naukri resume scorer. Here also you can upload your resume, prepared resume in this website, and also you can check out your mark out of 100. It also check with various parameters. So these two links I will give in the description section. You can check out your resume. And one more important thing is that is ATS, applicant tracking system. So nowadays, most of the companies, this MNC multinational companies, are using ATS software. That is, ATS software is nothing but of it will without human interference, it will the software itself will check the your resume, and it will filter out yeah, according to the job description. It is a computer software designed to scan resumes for certain keywords and weed out the ones that do not match the description. So if you want your resume to actually make it into the hands of human being, you need to make sure it's optimized for ATS. So because for example, I'm telling I'm applying for a embedded engineer job to the company, but you are I'm not mentioning embedded engineer word keyword anywhere in my resume, means that will not be filtered, that will not be selected by this ATS, because ATS the company peoples will feed the details like embedded engineer like that keyword will be given to the ATS software, because they are requiring only the embedded engineer candidate. So if you're not, if you have a skill, embedded engineer skill, but you are not mentioning anywhere in the resume, it will definitely will not be selected by the ATS software. So the keyword in your resume must be mentioned appropriately, so that the ATS will track, will scan, and will process for the next process, right? So the ATS software simplifies and speed up the hiring process, saving business and time, money. Many qualified candidates are overlooked because their resume do not contain the right keywords. So the mentioning the right keywords will be advisable when you are applying to the any industry or company or organization.